Yo, it's your boy, Ab Legend, a.k.a. PHENOM, man. We at the Sweat Hardwork Podcast down here in the Valley, Akron, Ohio. I mean, we keeping it real right now. What is? I got to check the phone. It's May 25th, Tuesday. I'm starting a little bit late, because I was chopping it with my mans, before. I like to kind of talk to people before we start the interview and to see where they at. And like I say, this is a dude that... I'm gonna keep it real with y'all, man. Like, I'll be doing my thing at the gym, and I'll be in my own zone, man. But I see my mans over there, kicking it harder than me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm like, hold up, man. Hold on, man. I gotta do a couple more push-ups. Man, what is he listening to over there? They're making him kicking so hard, right? So I'm like, man, I'm like, I got the podcast popping off, and I like to pay homage and show love and respect to people that I see physically, not nobody that, like I say, man, no disrespect to anybody that's making it out there, that's celebrities or whatever, your Kanye's, your J-Lo's, your Nicki Minaj's or whatever, but I don't know you. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I don't know you. I see him every day. I see him putting in work. And I think everybody else need to know what this man doing, what he about, and where he from. So I'm going to let the introduction speak for himself. My man, tell people who you is, where you from, what's your name?
My name is Mike Murray. I'm actually from right here in Akron.
Straight up.
This dude is I work at the gym that we go to. It's a Sport of Fitness.
Straight up
in Cuyahoga Falls. And I just like to listen to my music while I work.
What you listen to, man? Keep it. What you be listening to, man? So people could probably put it in their playlist, man. What you be listening to?
I listen to everything, like anything. Like I don't discriminate with music. Like
facts. Me neither.
I like literally country, like pop, rock, like hip hop, like. You name it, it's probably going through my earphones, and I dance the same way to all of it.
You can tell, right? Hey, so crazy you say that, right? Name your top 3 on your playlist.
Right now,
yeah. May, the summertime, but summer about to get popping. Mike, you like yo shit. I'm about to hop in a whip right now. I'm feeling good. I'm fresh to death. You see, my man's got the 2 watches on. You ain't gonna never not know what time it is. You hear me? So listen, like when you jump in a whip, you feeling good. What's your top 3 playlist, man? On your playlist.
It's probably some Future in there. Future's probably number 1 right now.
Straight out, all right. Shout out to Future.
Young Thug.
Shout out to Young Thug.
And then I'm really popping on some Don Toliver right now.
Don Toliver. Mm-hmm. Now see, that's the reason I ask people shit like this. Straight up. Who is that? Because I don't even know who that is.
He's up and coming.
Okay.
He's up and coming, but I think he just started popping off like a couple years ago.
Okay. Say it again. Don
Toliver.
Don Toliver. Shout out to Don Toliver. Mm-hmm. Whoever you is, like what genre is he? Because like I say, it's this like this is the thing that's the reason why I like Sweat Hardwork Podcast. And I think it's gonna blow up, man, because it's gonna get exposure to people that usually don't get the exposure because these big companies, you gotta put so much money out there just to get yourself out there, man. I ain't about that, man. I came from the dirt, really, literally. That's why it's Sweat Hard Work. And shout out what kind of music it is, where what's the genre, what city from, like whatever. Because I want people to get their names out there. What his name is?
Don Toliver.
Okay.
I don't really know too much about him. My roommate put me onto him like a couple years ago. I know a lot of people will know one of his songs, After Party.
After Party. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I probably don't know him. My bad.
No,
I'm gonna probably know the song if I hear it, but off the name, I don't know it. Keep going.
Mm-hmm. Like that was like the song of the summer, like a year or 2 ago.
Okay.
But he's been like hopping on features with like you know Uzi, Thug, like Future.
Okay.
Just a lot of them.
Okay. See, that's exactly why I'm saying my man had to turn me on. That's probably why be kicking it harder than me because I don't even know what you listening to most of the time. Listen, keep going, man. I'm listening.
Yeah. Like my roommate put me on to him. He's like, yo, listen to this guy Don Toliver. He's like,
right.
I'm like, Don Toliver. Yeah, Donnie T. This dude's hard. I'm like, okay. And so I'll start listening to a couple of his songs, like just a couple of his singles.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, this dude's hard. And then like I'm listening to them hop on to like Thug, Future, know
Right.
some of them.
Putting
And
in work there.
I'm like, this dude can go. I'm like,
Right.
this dude's got bars. I'm like, okay.
Right. Okay. So right now we will. All right. I mean, listen, man. Ain't no groupie shit over here. But what we doing? We paying homage to motherfuckers right now.
Yeah.
Don, hey, if you listen to this, man, come on the podcast, man.
Shit.
My man just puts him. Listen. You might want to know who he is. I'm telling you, because I'm interviewing him, and I'm telling you right now, like, we about to get into him. Enough about him. Shout out to you. Do your thing. If you want to come on a podcast, man, come through. We rock with you, let you know. So you might get a feature with us, man.
Yes,
listen, so I remember I was asking you at the gym a couple of days ago. You said you want to get into music.
Yes, I do.
What you? I mean, just like I said, because we gonna really get into what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Because we gotta say the best for last. You know what I'm saying? So like, what would you do in the music game? Like,
I love performing.
Right.
I've been performing all my life.
Right.
It's I guess that's obvious, but
right. That's pretty obvious. Check out. I'm like I said. I'm this is a raw video. What's your social media, man? Before we get into it, so they know who you is, man. Shout out your social media, so they can go check you out.
I don't really give out my personal Instagram too much.
Okay.
But just before I spoil some beans out here.
Okay. Drop something for them.
Just a little bit for them.
Okay.
My wrestling Instagram is.
There we go. Here we go. He get into it before we started. He like y'all lucky. We about to talk. All right, go ahead.
We'll get into more of it later. But
okay,
my wrestling Instagram, if y'all want to see something, is _KX2 wrestling _, and you'll see a lot of that. We'll get into that in a minute. But
straight up.
But like other than that, I don't really get on social media too much.
Okay, you smart.
I like to stay low key.
Man, smarter than me.
Cause like I know a lot of social media. It's just a lot of people getting on there. Just it's a lot of judging. It's a lot of people trying to live lives that they don't even have. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like,
yes.
I'm just trying to be real. I'm trying to be genuine. I'm trying to give people my best foot. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to live some facade. I'm right here. Like.
Keep going. I'm listening.
Like it's a lot of people that just use social media to live their lives. I'm not trying to live my life on the screen.
Right.
That's why I tell people all the time I don't even get on my phone to text. Like unless it's someone I'm real comfortable with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I prefer that face-to-face interaction. Like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You get so much more from just talking to someone personally. Like
straight up.
Like. Just in general, like you just not even their words, just actions and stuff.
Yes, sir.
Like I tell people all the time, words don't mean shit no more. Like words don't mean shit no more. Like you can tell someone by who they are by their actions. Like watch what someone does. If so, like say you talking to a girl, if that girl's into you, you gonna know because she's gonna always text you. She's gonna call you. She's gonna show up to your house. She's gonna plan hangouts, stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Like,
Preach.
You're not gonna get that from someone who's text you this only these days, only gonna get what they want out of you, man.
Yes.
Like I'm just trying to be real. I'm just trying to be real for other people that's trying to be real. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I'm trying to find the real ones out there.
Man. Like I said.
Damn, that felt good to get out and feel low.
That
felt real good to get out.
Hey, you hear me? It's crazy. When you started doing that's what this is so authentic because this ain't no scripted interview, man. This is like our first time really chopping it, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know if people know that or not, but Mike, like I say, we go to the same gym. Shout out East Sport Fitness out in the Falls. And like I say, man, I seen him because I go off of vibes. And like he said, man, that's why I just want to back off of what you just said, piggyback off of it. Like, I tell people all the time, man, show and tell. It's not talk first. Mm-hmm. It's show then tell. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, show me first.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can talk me to death. I'm out to say many things, man.
Right.
But show me through your actions. Enough of that talk is cheap. Mm-hmm. That's why I say blood, sweat, hard work is a lifestyle, man. That's why I ride so hard on that because it's like, man, it's not people. I hit somebody with I don't know if you can relate to this, but like I tell people like with me working out, it's not necessarily about like working out or being a trainer or a boxer or a bodybuilder or whatever. I do it because it's a lifestyle to me, and it's like I want to live it. So when I say blood, sweat, hard work is a lifestyle, I'm doing this 365 days a year. I'm not just doing this for social media.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you see me in the streets, this is me every day. Like,
right.
I'm not, like, okay, on social media is a certain way and in life is a certain way. Like, once you meet me in person, I'm the same way in person as I am on social media. That's why I like what you say, man. Like, me working out and me bodybuilding, whatever, is just a byproduct of my lifestyle.
Right.
So let's get into the wrestling, man. What they don't know about you, like I say, they didn't, as a person in the gym, like I say, people talking about you on my social media, man, and they don't even know you. They know your names, but I knew your name was because I had to pull it out on you. I knew you was an Aquarius. I'll get to that a little bit later too, man, because this is just that Aquarius energy that's crazy. Shout out to Dre because he wanted to know about this interview, so he makes sure you check out this interview, Dre, because I got to interview you next, man. It's a shout out. I mean, I love my Aquarius, man. Aquarius vibe is something different, man, and you can always spot an Aquarius. But let's get to the wrestling, man. What age and when did you get into wrestling?
Oh, it goes way back. I'm actually gonna combine the two, the music and the wrestling, in one story.
Okay.
I've always been part of a musical family.
All right.
Like my dad's side, everyone can sing.
Okay.
Like most of my mom's side, everyone can sing. Everyone's been acting. Like
okay.
Just musically inclined. Like
okay.
So.
What side? Where your mom and dad from? What city?
My father's from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Okay, shout out to Pittsburgh.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
P-Town. And my mom's from Baltimore.
Okay, Baltimore. Shout out to B-More.
Yes, sir. But they moved over here with me and my brother.
Okay.
Like when I was about 3 years old.
Okay.
And I grew up in Bedford and
okay.
do extracurriculars and stuff in school. We always like doing music. Like I did band growing up. I played like 3 different instruments growing up. I played the flute. I actually can play like piano, guitar. I sing. I mainly play the drums. I love playing the drums.
What?
Yeah, I play. I actually have what's called my music teacher in in 7th grade, I think. She told me she was just playing stuff on pianos, and from what I learned from music theory, I was just naming the notes, and she was just looking at me like, "How do you know from not reading music?" I'm like, "Oh, I can just tell. Like I can hear it." And she's like, "You have perfect pitch." I'm like, "What is that?" And she's
right.
I'm like, and she's like, basically when you can match pitch, like not just with your voice, but like you can hear it, and you can like basically someone can play like a chord on a piano. I can tell you all the notes that are in it.
So, just because I want to do electric guitar, I want to learn guitar. I ain't did instruments since I was a kid, but because of Prince made me want to do electric guitar. But,
I love Prince. My dad loved Prince. That was his guy.
Like,
him and Michael Jackson.
Yes, man. Woo, but man, listen, man, grew up on it, man. Like straight entertainers, absolutely.
Yes.
So I'm saying entertainers. That's what, like I said, drawing me to you. And it was once you say that about the music thing, right? So this like I said, I'm a big movie. I say my life is a movie. Drumline, I think it is with Nick Cannon.
It's one of my favorite movies.
Oh, so you hit, right? So once he's like, yo, man, he could play the drums or whatever, but he couldn't read the music.
Right.
Okay, what's that? You said so you got perfect pitch. What's that? Okay.
It's the same thing, but like it's like it's kind of like a similar. I don't really know how to explain it like with like drums and stuff. I know like with music is basically matching pitch. Like with your brain kind of perceives a note like how you hear it, and you don't even have to read music to tell like that's that note. Right. Like I could basically tell you like if you were to make a noise, what note it was in that noise. Like I can tell you that.
Right, just naturally. Keep going, man. I'm listening, man. But, I'm listening.
I can keep going. We kind of went off on a tangent.
Man, I was amazed because I love music, man. Like I said, that's what got I seen you dancing, man.
Nah, you good.
You was kicking it, man. So, like you said the music and the wrestling. Keep going.
Yeah, but I did. I also along with like extracurricular with like the music and stuff.
Right.
Like I played tuba, flute, and I played drums in high school.
Okay.
Alongside that, I did wrestling, like high school wrestling, and I was doing that, because I was a fan of wrestling growing up. Me and my dad, like growing up, we always watched wrestling. Like we always just watched wrestling, like every Monday Night Raw.
Oh, you talking about the wrestling? Yeah, okay. Who's your favorite wrestler? I'm about to see you.
That's a good.
Let's go, man.
That's a real good question.
Because I grew up on wrestling.
Because I got a lot of different favorites.
Okay, go ahead. Drop a few. Drop your top 3.
My probably favorite of like today's modern era right now is probably 2. Kenny Omega and AJ Styles. I don't know if you heard of either of them.
No, that's why these like, drop the names.
And like there's like your older era,
right?
Like you got like the Undertaker.
Yeah,
that era.
My
favorite from that era is probably Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels, he could do it all. Like
I don't know, y'all can't see me right now, but hey, this is like I said. Listen, y'all can't see me. Listen, man. I know I keep hearing it. You keep taking stuff, man. Like I swear, man. There's a reason I had to interview you, man. Shawn Michaels is my favorite one.
For real.
I'm not making this up, man. I used to call myself the Heartbreak Kid.
The Heartbreak Kid.
Listen,
damn.
Man. This dude, he got to do the E series. I don't know if I missed it or not, but it just did the E series on Shawn Michaels and stuff like that. They was talking about it. And matter of fact, Mike Tyson's E series is today. I don't know if you into Mike Tyson or not, but like I said, I grew up in the boxing world. And I miss Shawn Michaels, man, because go ahead, man. I know how to interview you, man. This is wrong. Man. Listen, keep going, man. Like I said, go follow him on social media. Social media wrestling show. Shout it out again, man.
_ KX2 wrestling _ And then if you want to find me on Facebook, I have a lot of fans and stuff on Facebook. Kenny Kolins, that's my wrestling name.
Yeah, I was about to say he got a wrestling name, an alter ego. Yeah.
The Prince of Pater.
Let's go. Keep going. I'm gonna stop. Hey, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop interrupting.
I gotta remember where I was.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
But you said your dad grew up with the wrestling.
So he got me into wrestling because he wrestled growing up too, like in high school and stuff. So I started wrestling there. I did okay.
Okay.
I wasn't the best, but I wasn't the worst. I did my thing.
But you did your thing.
But after about junior year, I started to get more into music.
Right.
I started growing more of a passion for that. So I was like, let me put wrestling down. Maybe we'll come back to it later.
Absolutely.
And, I started doing musicals. I started doing like, plays and stuff. I started, actually joined senior year. I joined show choir. They actually, I don't know if you heard of ETC. They actually down here in the valley.
I say because you just said something about that. You say you did plays something like that. Because they got the Memory Valley Play Center.
Weather Vane. Actually did a couple plays there too.
Straight up. I've been there. I seen my dude Mike Swain. Shout out to Mike Swain. I used to watch him and his mom used to go at the Memory Valley. It's great. I might have seen you. And he used to perform there, and now he's on the West Coast in like California, Las Vegas, performing with Disney and stuff.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy that you brought that up because he was. Man, keep going, man. Keep going, man. I'm interested in you, man.
But yeah, I did. I did music growing. Just like after I put down wrestling, I started getting into music.
Right.
Like I said, I did show choir and all that, doing like from like junior year to senior year, I was just all music, like a cappella groups, just like just all of that. And then once I got to college, I was like, you know what, this is what I think I'm gonna do.
Okay.
So I went to college. I went to OU for a year.
Okay.
For, music education.
Okay.
And that it was okay. The school, I thought the schooling itself, it wasn't for me.
Okay.
I got too caught up in like the campus life in general. It's just. It's just a breath of fresh air. It's a whole lot of genuine people down there. Like,
wait, OU? What you said? Ohio University?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah.
Bobcats.
I was about to say that too. Yeah, because I'm big sports. I was about to say that's all like one of the sports team I brought. Yeah, go ahead. Shout out.
Yeah, but throughout the year, I just went through a lot of shit. Like, just thinking like, because I was low key like not doing well in class, and I was like, why am I here? And my advisor even told me the same thing. He sat down with me. He was like, literally at the beginning of the year, I didn't understand him at the time, but he was like, I want you, before we get into anything, with your class and anything, I want to look at you and I'm going to just ask you a question. He's like, why are you here? And you're like, are you here because you want to do music? Is that your passion? Or are you here because you're just making your parents proud because they're paying like thousands of dollars for you to be here?
Right.
And that really made me think throughout the year. And I don't know if that's what affected my performance in class or, because it was just on my mental.
Okay.
But it really did. But when I went home and my dad saw my grades, he was like, you gotta step it up.
Absolutely.
And I was like, you know what? If this is really gonna be my passion, I'm gonna step it up.
Right.
And so, and I really thought I was going to. I was going to class. I was, I was doing what I needed to do.
Okay.
And come March 3rd, 2018.
Okay.
My father passed away. And I came home from college and started to take care of my mom, who was sick from a stroke. She's still recovering from a stroke now, but yeah, I came home. I got a job, and I started working at Planet Fitness up on Grand Road.
Okay.
And I was working there for a little bit, and it was a guy that came in every day, and he would talk wrestling with my manager.
Okay.
He would just talk wrestling. I thought it was just like stuff he would see on TV, but he was saying names that I didn't recognize. I was like, and then he started talking about, I just had a match, and he's like, I just had a match, and I was, and this is how it went, da 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 da. He was talking to my manager, and I was like, this dude's really in there. Let me talk to him.
Absolutely.
And so I got to talking to him, and I was like, I'm a huge wrestling fan. Like, me and my dad grew up watching wrestling. I've always dreamed of becoming a wrestler, but my dad always wanted me to he wanted me to go to school, and he was like, but I've always been into wrestling. He's like, well, if you're really trying to get into it, I know some people. And I was like, bet. And he hooked me up. He got me trained. And January 21st, the day after my birthday, 2019, I graduated from wrestling school. Now I'm certified and trained in the state of Ohio.
Wow. So shout first, let's go back a little bit. Shout out to who was it that turned you on to wrestling? You know his name?
His name's John Sell.
Okay, shout out, much love. Definitely shout out to you.
Much love to John Sell. Thank you so much.
100%. And where did you graduate from?
Fortitude School of Wrestling.
Okay.
My trainer was Rick Lee. Shout out to him too.
Definitely shout out, 100%.
He's one of the people that taught me everything I know. Also, Spike St. James. He's another one that helped train me.
Okay.
He really taught me a lot of everything I know. He was the Rick's kind of the guy who runs the promotion. He owns the ring. He owns everything that we started training under. So
yes, sir.
He's my trainer.
Okay.
But, Spike was the head trainer. He kind of worked with everyone.
All right.
He kind of got everyone up to par.
Okay.
Everyone ready to graduate.
100.
So I give Spike a lot of props.
A lot
of props because he's one of the reasons I'm the wrestler I am today.
Yeah. And
but yeah, I graduated back in 2019. I've been on the local circuit just trying to get exposure, just trying to drop to a lot of things.
So okay, as someone, so say okay, like what I like to do on Blood Sweat Hardwork podcast, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is about experience, right? So as a person that walked through, you had to walk the walk, like we say, man. This talk is cheap.
Mm-hmm.
As a younger person, because you just dropped a lot of jewels, man. You just said a lot of stuff. I don't know if people pay attention to it or not, but you kept it real, and that's the most important thing about what I'm trying to get through to people, man. Because life is real.
Yes. Life
is real, man. I mean, your job is a job, but it's not your life, right? Certain things are way more priority than others, or they should.
Mm-hmm.
And I really solely believe people need to know about themselves so they can walk the best journey. As no one said it's going to be easy. It's going to be peaks and valleys and all of that, man. But for you, going through all that you went through, from youth to now at 22, what advice would you give someone else going through tough times that you had to go through, and you still here standing to this day? Like I said, I commend you.
Yes.
I commend you, man. I say I'm proud of you myself. Like I say, man, because you caught the attention of people that's twice your age, and you don't even know how you impacting other people's energy while you just doing you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
People don't know your story, how you overcame what you overcame, and you still pushing, and you inspiring other people. Is what's got, like I say, man, like. You could be an inspiration to so many people that we don't know, and they may not jump in. Like you said, you're not a social media person, or whatever, but you want to get the exposure, right? You want to get the wrestling exposure. I don't know how the wrestling circuit works out, but whoever who's watching this, if y'all watching this and y'all know something about the wrestling game out here, we in Ohio, whatever it may take, like y'all reach out. We reach. You notice pay attention to the skill sets he's been saying through the whole video. We gonna chop and screw it, but what I want to see is, like I say, I want everybody to network with each other. It's power in numbers, man, and your story can impact other people. So, as a young person to now, what advice would you give someone going through the peaks and valleys of life?
Just to be yourself, really.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, cause I know there's a lot of times just growing up, where I tried to be someone I wasn't. Like, I tried to fit into a crowd. I tried my best to just fit into a crowd.
Me too.
When the whole time I didn't need to be that. Like, I was my own person.
Absolutely.
And like that's really what I started to realize.
You was
like,
a born leader.
After my, I would never call myself a leader, but
you wouldn't notice it. Well, I mean, with most leaders, they don't call themselves leader because you're a humble leader. You lead by example. It's a different story. Some people try to be leaders, right? So in other words, you just lead by example. Many are called, but few are chosen. Keep going. I'm listening.
But just to be yourself. I tried my whole life. I tried to be someone I wasn't when I was just myself. And you know, if I did that before, you know, just growing up, I wouldn't even know where I'd be today. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the same time, just keep moving.
Right.
At the same time, just keep moving. There's gonna be a lot of things that happen in your life that's gonna knock you down, but keep getting up. Just keep getting up. It don't matter how hard it hurts. It don't matter how much it hurts. Like, it don't matter how hard he hits you, how hard life hits you. Like, keep getting up. And I promise you, there's one time you get up, and it's gonna stop hitting you, and you just gonna roll with it.
Yep.
And it's just gonna roll with you. Like, it's just gonna keep going.
Straight up.
Like, it's gonna be hard sometimes.
Absolutely.
You know, it's gonna be hard. But you'll get through it.
Absolutely.
That's all I can really say. Like, just be yourself and keep going with it. Like, I just, like, that's what people have been telling me. Like, I get people all the time that question me doing the wrestling, because like, growing up, I never really expressed my passion for wrestling, like, to people at school, or like, you know, the people that I was with, because, you know, I got a lot of shit for it, you know. To people in school, it was that fake shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was that fake shit. No one watched wrestling. It was stupid to people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no one wanted to hear that. There was only like 2 people at my school that I talked wrestling to, and even they didn't talk to nobody about wrestling, because like we got made fun of.
Yeah.
So like.
Yeah.
So like, like, I kept wrestling to myself, and you know, when my dad died, I was like, you know, that was my wrestling buddy. You know, that was my dude. Like, I watched every single wrestling pay-per-view with him. You know, and you know, it wasn't gonna be the same just watching it. You know, I had to live it with him. You know, this is his ring right here. He gave me this before he died. And, you know, I wear this before every match. I take it off, give it to the referee, and I put it on after I get back in the locker room. Because he's coming with me on this journey. I'm gonna go as far as I can, but he's coming with me.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Like, and after he died, I realized, you know, I don't gotta hide nothing from nobody. It don't matter what people think. Like, I'm gonna be myself regardless. You know, you can't hide it. You can put all these social media, like all these pictures on social media to hide it. You know, you can the makeup, the filters, like you said, like you can hide behind this whole wall. You can hide behind the timeline. Like, at the end of the day, you're still you, and you know it. Like,
once you look in that mirror,
you might as well just let it. Like,
you might as well just let it, man. I just started doing these interviews, man. I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. I don't know if how many people gonna watch my interviews or not, man. And I don't really care, man. Keep it 100. You know, but the thing that I get out of this, I get more pleasure, like, man, out of, like I say, man, if I never had this conversation with you, I would never heard what you're saying right now, man, as a fan outside looking in, that was just wondering what was coming through your eyes. Like, what was you seeing? What made you do what you do when you was in the gym, while I was doing what I was doing in the gym, while other people was doing what they was doing in the gym. And we all just trying to walk this journey, man. And for you to just say, if I would have walked in my truth earlier, as I was, like I say, it's like you taking the words out of my mouth, man. Like, I felt the same way coming up. Like, I felt if I was really me, I wasn't gonna fit in. So I tried to fit in the whole time. And with me doing that, I realized you can't fit a square thing into a round circle. And I always trying to make it work. Like, when you was a kid, you would play with the building blocks and doing stuff. You trying to fit things to make, or a puzzle. You trying to make something, like, then it just don't fit.
Right.
Maybe because it's not supposed to be there.
Right.
like school.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting my own school, Blood, Sweat Hardwork Academy, because I went to college. I wasn't meant for that either. I knew it, but I tried to do it because that's what's tradition.
Right.
And then I wasted everybody's money and money.
Everyone's time and money.
And now I still owe them.
Mm-hmm.
Hoping that the government give me a more deferments and all this other stuff. How much I gotta pay when I'm done, and I still gotta make money, and I still gotta pay taxes, and I still gotta learn my profession.
Right.
So once you said everything that you said, man, you probably saying a lot of stuff a lot of people are afraid to say the truth.
Because I live it. I've lived it my whole life, and I've gotten shit for it my whole life. But I'm not gonna change. That's not gonna happen.
100. And that's right there. Like I said, man, your words are so much more than like the jewels that you given. Like it could be some kids somewhere, B-more, Pittsburgh, LA, Kansas, who hearing this, man, that needed to hear this, because they ain't got nobody around them that give two rats about wrestling where they stay at.
Right.
Somebody probably don't understand how much Shawn Michaels impacted their life to this day. As a kid, and they just sitting in a box and it's subject because their parents or somebody around them at school making them feel awkward because you want to be you. We wouldn't have knew who Shawn Michaels was if he didn't become
that. Right. That's what I'm saying.
How will we know who you is if you don't never show up and show out?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm trying to do with wrestling. I'm trying to
tell him your name again, man.
My wrestling name?
Tell him your name. Tell him who he is. Like it's Shawn Michaels. If Shawn Michaels is right here, put on your wrestling personality right now. Who is Kenny? Tell them who right now, man. To anybody in the wrestling, because like I don't know this wrestling game. That's why I want another interview. Mm-hmm. Right now, this is your interview on WWF, WWE, whatever it is, SmackDown Monday, and like you talking to the media right now, man. Vince McMahon watching, and he looking for some people. Like I said, I grew up in this, man. So once you said you was all that stuff, like I love that. Yes, I grew up in that. Sir. You hear me? Trying to put people in the figure four and all that stuff. I remember doing all of that, tapping out. You feel me? I know that. So, man, shout your name. I'll let them know who you is, man, on your wrestling side. What's your alter ego? What's your name again?
Kenny Kolins.
Kenny Kolins.
The Prince of Pater, Kenny Kolins. Kenny Kolins is someone who's humble. He likes the journey. He loves wrestling. Yeah. He just loves the craft. He doesn't, he's not really about the belts. Right. He's not really about, He's not really about winning. He just loves wrestling. He just loves wrestling. But at the same time, he also wants to prove that he's the best one out there.
Absolutely. The humble.
He's not gonna go down quiet. You know what I'm saying? I might win a belt or two on the way, but I want to see it all around the world. Yeah. I want to travel. I want to see wrestling. I want to see wrestling in Japan. I want to see wrestling in the UK, Australia. Absolutely. I want to see wrestling in India.
Yes,
you
sir.
Know what I'm saying? Like,
yes, sir.
I want to go everywhere and just see because wrestling is so much more than just Like let's call it what it is. Let's get it out the way.
Go ahead.
Wrestling is it's predetermined.
Yeah.
It's we have moves that are practiced or scripted, but more or less we call everything on the fly in the ring. Yeah. But at the same time
Preach, man.
I have a lot of issues with Vince McMahon because he
go ahead, man.
He pulled back the curtain on wrestling. Yeah. He really pulled back the curtain on wrestling. It was for a lot of people. It was real. People, people depended on wrestling in their life just to get through the day.
Right. It's true.
You remember when Hulk Hogan was back in the day telling people to say their prayers, drink their milk, and eat their vitamins.
Come on, man.
That was on the news.
Come on,
that was in newspapers. That was everywhere.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
It. Yeah.
Where is it now? It's on social. It's like one social media page about it, and you get like 100,000 likes on some of the pages. WWE's been losing their ratings for years. Raw has been in the worst it's ever been in its ratings, and it's honestly Vince McMahon's fault. I feel like my destiny as a wrestler is to pull that curtain back over it. Okay. I want to bring kayfabe back. Okay. I want to make wrestling real again. Okay. I want to have people talking about it in school instead of having kids bullying other kids because of it. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Listen, man, this is uncensored, man.
No,
Tell your truth.
I don't want people bullying each other kids. You know, I want people like back when I was a little kid back in Bedford when people were like, you know, talking about it. You see the wrestling last night? Mm-hmm. Like, and you were cool for that shit, right? Yeah, you were cool for that shit. You begged your parents to get you that pay-per-view.
That pay-per-view.
I want to see that shit in school, you know what I'm saying? And like at the same time, I want to see people like eyes light up from like this, just I want to see people appreciate what like wrestlers do. I don't feel like wrestlers get enough credit. Like we put our bodies on the line.
Yeah, y'all do.
For y'all entertainment, and you can say all you want.
You can say all you want.
You can say all you want that we don't have to do it, but we still doing it. We still out here doing it, and you're not.
And if y'all didn't do it, what we have for it? What would we without? Listen.
What
would we be without wrestling, man?
Right. What would y'all do without Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Come on, man.
What would y'all do? Where would our media be without The Undertaker?
Come on, man.
Like wrestling has its place and where we are today in social media and media in general. Like y'all don't understand like just how important wrestling that's just me, but y'all don't understand how important wrestling is in society, man. Wrestling is a dying art.
Yeah, it is.
Wrestling is a dying art, and I want to help bring it back. You know what I'm saying?
If somebody can do it, man, why not you? I think everything we got limitless powers, man. And I'm gonna say this. I want to shout out right now to somebody from Ohio, man, big wrestler, man, right now, man, who's putting on for the city, man. Shout out to the Miz.
The Miz, shout out to the Miz.
Shout out to the Miz, man.
I'd love to meet you one day, man.
Yeah, me too, man.
You're an incredible worker. You're an incredible worker.
Yes.
I hope to God I get to have a match with you one day.
Yes.
Maybe one day meet you. You know, maybe one day have a drink with you.
Right,
you know
learn from you.
Or whatever.
Whatever, man. Like, you know, if you want to come on here, man. If you watch this, Miz, like I said, we all come from the same grind, man. We all coming from the same. We got a story to tell, man. We all got a story to tell, man. And right now, I just want people to tell their story. Come on the podcast, man. Tell your story, man, while we here, man. I just want to say this, man. I nothing but respect to your parents for having you and raising you, man, as a humble leader, man. If you ain't got to say you a leader, because, like I say, actions speak louder than words, you know, and that's I learned through my journey, man. For many are called, but few are chosen. You know, with great power comes great responsibility. A lot of things that I live by, man, I see now, and you talking about it, man, and you walking it. So shout out to Pops, shout out to your moms, shout out to your family, shout out to your career, shout out to your future. Like I want to just, like I say, man, I don't know how long this podcast is going to last. I don't know how long my journey on this earth is going to be. But in the future, I want another interview with you.
Absolutely.
To see where you at down the road.
Absolutely, man.
And like I say, man, like I mean, thoughts become things. Like who knows, in the next 2-3 years, I interview you next time, and you like, yo, man, I done traveled at all those places, man. We look at that video. I done been at all them places, man. I done wrestled at all them places, man. And we looking at the video like, wow. Because I believe thoughts become things, man. Because I manifested this small little podcast. I'm just starting off, man. I manifested this on a bunk in prison, man, when I was a kid, man. When I should have been going in the right direction, man, trying to be a basketball player. You know, I was trying to be something else, man. So, like I say, man, I give nothing but respect to my mans right here. Mike, go ahead and shout yourself out one more time. Let them know who you is. Because, I can try to introduce people, do all this stuff for people, man, but I honestly say can't nobody tell this story better than them. So go tell them who you is, not who you are. That's just your name. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, like people, y'all make sure y'all stay alert, stay alive. Come check my mans out. Let them know who he is and how to find you and your wrestling. Let's go.
Like he said, my name is Mike, but I'm an entertainer. I'm a musician. I'm a wrestler. I'm a athlete. Like whatever you like, whatever. I mean, I'm here to entertain.
Right.
My Instagram, my wrestling Instagram, again _KX2 wrestling _ my Facebook, Kenny Kolins, Kenny KENNY Collins KOLLINS, and that's just who I am. Like I want to entertain. I want to put smiles on people's faces.
Straight up, me too.
And the more if I can do that with even just one person, you know, I feel like that can make the world a better place. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Hey, I mean, I say right now, starting from my seat right now, man. I'm one. You know what I'm saying? I'm one right now, man. You affected my life right now, man. I hope this video affect other people. Wrapping it up right now, man. It's the Blood, Sweat Hardwork Podcast. It's your boy Abless, aka PHENOM. You know, like I said, my mans came through and blessed the podcast, man. I missed him a couple weeks. I wasn't feeling good. I was salty. Been trying to catch him, man, and I luckily got my hands on him. Listen, this ain't the last time they're gonna see you. Shout out, like I say, man, to the wrestling heads out there, because it's a dying art, like you said, and I'm glad you put it on blast. You know what I'm saying? And we out here, we just keeping it real, man. We, you know, whatever it is, ain't no hard feelings, man. You know, it's your boy, we out of here, man. Your boy, let's go.